Mother's Day, then work day. I don't know if there'll be too much wind noise here. Right, first of all, standard introduction. Coming to where we live at 22 Armitage Court and Sunning Hill. Warning signs about our cat. And Robin's Corner, where GPS was tested from the late 1980s. The lovely bit of garden sculpture that June got Robin for his birthday present. That was last year. Yeah, the slightly newer car for Robin, only 100,000 miles on it, with spot tracker for experiments. June's car. Latest little garden project amongst many, which is somewhere a bit higher for the cats to hang out, and the armed mice, of course. And I was still working on that. In fact, the photo trail back end of it showed that work. So our camper that was used to transport Snoopy's robot boat down to the seaside last year, and got some battle damage. June said Robin did it, Robin said the wall did it, but the wall is okay. About 6 weeks at sea. Information for those interested there. And of course also warning signs like hidden cameras, well, not particularly hidden, and you have to read the small print about water squirters. I give that warning for reasons of health and safety. Right, into the house, and a lot of work has been going on in the last week or so, and the kitchen plastering has been done. It just needs a bit of paint now. Yeah, June cleaning things up. Lovely, isn't it? Yeah. Roger the plasterer still got stuff here. Still some other work to do. And Samantha's working from home. That's normal. Things from charity shops. A lot of this you'd have seen on earlier photo trails. But yesterday was Mother's Day on the 20th of March, Sunday the 20th. And what I'm going to play a minute or two, probably less than that, of a video which will probably end up is the GPS track of a lovely walk we had. We went over for lunch on Mother's Day at Saskia and Gary's on the edge of Blackbush airfield, and there's lovely common land there. And June started the GPS track as we went into Castle Bottom Nature Reserve. More of that video later, I expect. Most of this is a long photo trail. Not sure what else I should point out in this video. A lot of it has been seen before. Perhaps I'll race upstairs for a bit of promotion for studio bathrooms and tiling, I think they're called. And they've done a major job, and Samantha is very happy with it. These are some spare bedrooms here. No pussycats, no. That was Michelle's room, that's another spare room. And this bathroom has now been completely changed. And look at it, lovely. Just some paint on the ceiling. There we go. So the sales guy and designer was Jotty. So this is a long photo trail of basically everything that happened Sunday the 20th and today Monday the 21st. And you've got to an idea of some of the content, but other things happened. Could have been meetings with people, could have been communications like emails from guys overseas, and you might get a clue who it was from a photograph or two that's slipped in there. So now into that long photo trail. Sunday the 19th of March 2023 was Mother's Day, and quite a few things happened on that day. This unscripted photo trail gives you an idea of some of the things that were happening. Oh yes, I had to do an update to reflect the latest things happening in terms of the conversation with the DVLA related to my driving licence. And there's Bentley from opposite and Toadie prowling around the garden, checking things out, including my telescope. Sat on the car now, and that's a little project that I've been working on amongst many. Now we're over at Saskia's and Gary's, who are treating us to lunch since it was Mother's Day. June's taking a call from Paul, I think. That was their cat, Sebi for Sebastian. Yes, lovely meal. Much better food than June gives. Oh, look at that, nice pudding as well. Sweet. And then coffee. And then we decided to go for a walk, because their house is opposite the common land around Blackbush Airfield. And most of the runways are not used now. Lovely area to walk around. That bridge, kind lady took some photographs. Some glimpses of ponies. Another call from Paul, I think. Yes, we're just going into Castle Bottom, and that's where June switched on her app. So we recorded a track, the GPS track of our walk from there and back, and that, you'll see later, was played back in 3D. There we are, getting back home to Saskia and Gary's, that is, and that's the track of where we walked. That's Sebastian, and then we get home to our place, and I continue on one of the projects. June watches with Toadie. That looks like a little program about wild mice. Video chat on WhatsApp with Michelle, daughter. And yes, we've got arrivals of the Bansalls with their dog Romeo, my favourite doggy. So he's having a good explore of the garden. And the robot boats. Hello Romeo. Then after they leave, I carry on with a bit more work. Creosoting, I think that was. June's watching a wildlife programme on the TV. Enjoying the flowers that she's been given for Mother's Day, and a present, a rather pretty one. I put out the peanuts for the wildlife. They include the foxes. Toadie has food. I look at the tracks of where we've been. There we go, that's where we parked, near the airfield. Saskia and Gary's in Little Vigo. Then looking on the pendant tracker, and that shows where we walked. And then tennis, how boring. Sure there's more interesting things to do. Just look at that 3D track. Oh yeah, pause. Do the closed circuit TV check, I suppose. Or June plays video games. Oh yes, the weather forecast, which pretty well ended that day. Monday the 20th of March 2023, and Roger the plasterer did work, and Gary came round to change the batteries on the cars because we had problems come up. There's Toady having breakfast, watched by Bentley, probably taking his turn. There's Toady on guard duty, watching the dustman. Bentley. There's Roger the plasterer arriving. I continue work while Roger continues work there. Bentley having his breakfast. Roger's got a fantastic, interesting radio. Dustman come again. Bit more work on that platform for the mice and the cats. Samantha shares the room with Bentley. There's the kitchen, done one half. Oh yes, that's the online price for my old car, and we went round to Ascot Metal Recycling, who might take it off my hands, and where there's lots of interesting objects. Then we went to the range. Trouble was, the battery on the new car wouldn't start, so we went to Halfords and got a new jump starter. When we got home, we charged that one and the one that had already gone flat that we had, and they both are good. There's Samantha still working. That is the price that was online for my old car. That's where we went, and we got back okay. And then the pendant tracker shows the same thing, that we went to the range and got back okay. Tracking is caring. Time for a bite to eat. Nice scones. Work will be continuing in the kitchen, but it's coming along nicely. Oh yes, rang up Gary. Gary, any chance of swapping batteries on our cars? And time for me to have lunch, my favourite. Gary does his good work swapping the battery between the old car and the new car, and that one in the old car wasn't in bad nick. So he swaps them over and then checks them. He says, yep, the one I've taken out and now in your new car is good. Bentley watching everything, of course. Time to get on with some more work, and June reads Sue Barker's autobiography. Ah yes, that's a little miniature boat, robot boat, and a bit of fun talking about it with the Microtransit guys. More food, probably while doing something like the closed circuit TV test. June watching stuff. Oh, I have a bit of a doze. So does Toady. Tuesday the 21st of March 2023. Hello Toady. Bit more work on the project there. Bit more work on the plastering. Ascot Plastering Services, Roger. Oh, June's at tennis, so the tracker confirms, yeah, she's there at the moment. Tracking is caring, nice slogan. Don't know why I put that up. June back from tennis. Admiring how the work's coming along nicely in the kitchen. Yep, that's where June is now. Oh yes, exchanging some information with the Micro Transat guys. We're just, and a bit of fun showing them the super small robot boat. Oh, it's update the COVID page because it's Tuesday, and it shows the graph of total deaths, which basically shows that things are in a reasonable state. Oh yes, a ladder is needed when I got the time to put that rose up properly. I used a stick. Bit more work. Hello, Bentley from opposite joining us. So we are off again, by the look of it, to Halfords to get some paint, and Tesco to get a few items of food shopping. Back home, don't know why I showed that. It was one of the presents I got, I think. Bit more work on that. Oh yes, I got a hook on there now, and June decided to put a mirror up, and looks like we're getting near the end of this photo trail now. This shows the spot tracker, including the one in the car for checking things out, and anybody can look at that by the contact page, and that shows where we went today. To Halfords, I think that is, and then the supermarket, and then home. Then the pendant tracker shows the same thing. Back home. Tracking is caring. There's my website, and looks like a few pictures from the garden, and those pictures pretty well round off today, the last day in this video. I'm about to show you the 3D GPS track of our walk yesterday around lovely area near Saskia and Gary. But first, I better show you this. It's still on the secret list, but it's basically nanotechnology robot boat. Quite difficult to make them that small. So here is the GPS track of our walk around the area of Blackbush airfield, lovely common land near Saskia and Gary's. June started it just before we walked into the castle bottom area. So this is the GPS track in 3D. Some people will recognise the various places. You'll certainly recognise them if you look on a decent map. So we basically walked from Saskia and Gary's place in Little Vigo on the edge of the airfield. Of course, those runways can still be seen even though they're not operational. The only operational runway is that near the main A30 road. And that looks as though, yes, we've completed. 3 kilometres. That's enough of that. Before I wrap it up, I expect you'll be when on earth is it going to finish? A little bit of work has been done every day. So what's outstanding is the leak in the pond, which is somewhere in that area there, and yes, the duck pond. Not sure if and when we'll get some ducks for that. If they are there, but have to be ones that fly away. And today I started to hook up this rose. That's got to be done properly. The photo trailer show that it needs to get the ladder out from all that junk there. So what I found was very useful today was use of the workshop for one or two jobs on that, whatever you call it, dustbin hide box. So I had to make good use of my vise and tools in here. The name of the game has been creating space so tools can be easily found rather than hidden away. And of course the laboratory will be tidied up, and that is mostly electronics to do with hobbies like the robot boats and all the rest of it. So, yes, as people have seen before, the telescope built when I was a young boy. May get the chance to put a webcam on it or something. Protection from the heron, just been experimenting with that. That will be done properly. Careful that things are put in the right place. So, it only remains to say, look after yourselves, stay safe, and enjoy what days we have.